Hello, y'all. You always sneak up on me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I thought I'd pop on here. And, normally my time is 10 o'clock, but, I never know if I'm going to come on a couple minutes early or a couple minutes late. Welcome, Passion for Art, my friend. Thank you for being here. And welcome, Kenneth. Thank you so much for your support and your kindness and your kind words. Welcome, my friend there. I'm not sure what your name is. And Lanny, welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. And I hope you all are doing really, really well. Welcome, Ariel. Welcome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. How is everyone doing tonight? How are y'all doing? And, I just took my bubble bath. So I'm all relaxed here. Hey, Billy, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. I am having a cup of coffee and I am having a cup of Mulan tea. I guess it's called Mulan. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. My dear friend, she brings me over Mulan tea. It's a very healthy herb tea. Hey, MK, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. Um, oh, wow, Ariel. You know what? That sounds so delicious. We are on a very healthy diet right now. We started today. Of course, I'm always on a healthy way of eating, but my husband and I are doing it together. We're doing it as a joint venture. And so I made a great big pot of greens today, greens. And, I made a big pot of green beans and I have all kinds of greens here. We're having Mulan tea or whatever it's called. It is an herb that's supposed to be an antioxidant type of thing. I don't know exactly, but so we're drinking that. And we're very, very focused on nutrition right now. Extreme, we're juicing. I'm a juicer anyhow, but my husband's kind of joined me on this journey of juicing and greens, and we have no sugar, no refined sugar, no processed, no nothing. It's all extremely healthy and pure foods that we are eating. So I took my bubble bath and now I'm here. And I thought, well, what topic are we going to talk about tonight? Last night we talked about how to get through a crisis. And if you missed that live stream, go back. It was really, oh my goodness, it was so good, so good. And so tonight, I thought I would come on here and talk about prayer and miracles and divine connections, and then maybe a few of you will come up a little bit later and share your views. I mean, your views may be similar to mine or maybe very different than mine. You may not have any views. We're all different. We all have different ways of looking at life and spirituality and everything. And so, yeah. So, how are you all doing? I hope you're all just having a great evening. And I know Ariel is enjoying her chips and with the ranch dip, which sounds really, really delicious, especially after eating all green vegetables. But what's amazing is you do get used to, thank you, Passion for Art. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate that. I truly do. I truly do. Sankei, Joey, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Now, most people don't start looking for me till 10 because usually it's 10 I come on, or even sometimes later, But sometimes I just come on early. Hey, Mud Mower, welcome, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And James Gype, my friend. There's James Gype. If you don't have James Gype, you most certainly want to have James Gype. Welcome, welcome, James. Welcome. And Passion, you weren't feeling good today? What, did you have a headache or just not feeling good or under the weather? Well, I get up in the morning. I make sure I get my sleep. My sleep is extremely important. I don't want to be disturbed. I want to sleep all the way through. And when I get up, I take my chime. Getting up, I have my chime, my spirit chime in bed. Hey, West, hey, welcome. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And then I go out, I brush my teeth and all that regular stuff. And then I get out on the running trail. Oh my goodness, Passion. I hope you are better now. I hope you are better. Oh my goodness. So I got out on the trail. One thing is I am going to do is I'm going to start carrying something with me, some kind of, spray or something with me when I'm out on the trail. The other day, a dog snuck up on me. Now, it was a nice dog. Okay, it was a nice dog. But in our whole community, dogs don't run freely. And we do have one dog in particular in another neighborhood that, oh my goodness, it's a scary, I love dogs. I love dogs. Most dogs are wonderful. We have so many dogs that are amazing and wonderful and friendly and kind, but that one dog is not. And so, I'll just carry, I carry a stick with me. It's kind of hard to run with a stick though, but it kind of surprised me the other day. But I don't, I think that then the owner came after the dog. So that was all good. It was all good. And it was a nice dog. It was a nice dog. Um, Oh, okay, Passion. Okay. Well, I thought I'd come on here tonight and talk about miracles and prayer and just, my views on it. Remember, I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations, or, tell other people what's true and what's not true. I just share with you my own journey and my own experiences. And I believe in the power of prayer. I'm very much a prayer person. Whenever I go through a crisis, whenever I go through something traumatic, whenever I go through a difficult time, or even when times are good, I pray. I pray. That's the first thing I do. The power of prayer. And that centers me. That centers me. That balances me. And it guides me and it helps me to make right decisions. And sometimes I fast. I'm an intermittent faster on purpose for health reasons. Anyhow, hey, Moments with Vanessa. Wonderful to see you. And Charles, my friend, there he is. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. And I will have to go look, Charles, because I didn't get to see it. I did not see it. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. And pretty much, Vanessa. Now, some days, my life is so busy and sometimes it's not always predictable. I normally come on somewhere between 2 and 4. I didn't come on today between 2 and 4 because I was too busy. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow afternoon or not, but I do usually come on at night. Maybe not every night, but if I come on, it's right around 10 o'clock. It's just right around 10 o'clock. So I do believe in the power of prayer. I believe, thank you, Moments with Vanessa. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And Lete Girl, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. And so, I pray first. I fast. I get centered. I have quiet time so that keeps me centered. Oh, that's great. Passion for art. We love your paintings. If you don't have passion for arts, painting, or channel, you definitely want to be there because it's wonderful. Oh, hello, Cultureman TV. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so, for me, it's prayer, it's fasting, whether it's intermittent fasting or a straight fast of some kind. It's let's see, the title of this is prayer fast, let's see, prayer, miracles, and angels. Boy, do I have stories about angels. Oh my gosh. If all you have to do is Google my name or YouTube my name and then put angels next to it, I've got a lot of angel stories. One was called The Angel in the Trench Coat. One was called The Angel in the Black Mercedes. One was called Angel Down the Dark Alley. And then there's a few more angel stories in there too that I've got. So I've told all of those in video form. And And so, you know, I've told a lot of different angel stories. So prayer, fasting, angels, and miracles. And miracles. Now, miracles can come in all shapes and sizes, and they can come in many different ways. I believe that God uses people to create miracles. And I also believe in the divine miracles where, you know, nothing can be done, and yet there's divine intervention. You know, I believe in divine connections. I believe in divine timing, perfect timing. You know, I have my own timing, but I always give God's timing, priority timing in my life. And the reason I do that is because God's timing is always perfect. I often tell the story how I met my husband. Go back and look at all those videos I've done, how I met my husband. Um, I wasn't well, first of all, I was a very happy single person. I love my life. You know, if the right person walked into my life, that was great. If they didn't, it was fine. The morning I woke up that I met my husband that night, I knew spiritually, I was overwhelmed with a spiritual feeling that the presence of my husband that I had not yet met. I could feel him throughout the whole day. I could sense him. I was looking around. I'll never forget the sight of a woman and a man pushing a baby carriage down the street. And I looked over and I said, that's definitely not my husband. But I could feel him. I could feel him at the gym. I could feel him when I went to Del Chaco. We had a Del Chaco in California. I could just sense him. By the time it was ready for me to go to work, because I was working evenings that time, I said, you know what? I just must have been really well off because I'm not going to meet anybody at work tonight. And well, I was wrong. In walked my husband, and he knew right away, and I knew right away. And that's been 30 years ago. So, but that was divine timing and divine connections because he walked in with a friend who had asked him to come over, you know, and they happened to come in where I worked. Hey, Anna Lynn, welcome, welcome. So that divine connection brought him to me, but it was also divine timing because I was going to call in that night because it was going to be slow. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to call in. And I didn't. And his plane, my husband's plane that he was on, had broken down, gotten rerouted, and he got stuck there for 3 days. Okay. All divine connections, divine timing, and divine purpose. And I've had that kind of situation over and over and over in my life. And one of my greatest miracles in my life was something very, very similar. Hey, Charles, didn't I give you a blue wrench? I'm sorry, Charles. I thought I gave you a blue wrench. There, you got one now. Um, it's a testimony of mine of prayer and healing after a minor stroke and using a walking cane 9+ years. And the neurologist read my chart and did some research and testing on my brain and no signs of. Charles, that's amazing and wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. No signs of significant scarring of my brain. Charles, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And what a testimony. Thank you. And so that was a divine connection. And we had divine purpose. You know, my husband and I had divine purpose together. I believe that people who are meant in your life, some people are meant to connect you. Some people are bridges. Some people are your destination. And he was a destination. SS by Bless, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so angels, well, I could go on and on. So let's go to the angel. Okay, well, let me see which angel story should I tell you? Okay, I was a young nurse. I was around 20 years old, living in the LA area, a beach community. And we would, back then you didn't have 12-hour shifts, you had 8-hour shifts. And I worked the 3 to 11 shift as a young nurse. And we wore white uniforms and the hats and all that back then. I mean, we looked like nurses back then. And this is in the 70s. And I happened to go out. You know, we all went discoing after we got off of work. So we'd get home about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I came home. My car was in an apartment complex, but it was down a dead end alley where they had the pull down garages where you pulled the garage down and pulled it up. And so I, you know, like I did every night, I parked my car. And as I was pulling down the garage door, I got jumped. And it was 3 big men that jumped me. And I was terrified. And they were slamming me to the ground and a lot of things they were trying to do. And I just prayed. I said, "Dear Lord, help me. Dear Lord Jesus, help me." And all of a sudden, remember, this is 2 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, down a dark alley that nobody came in middle of the night. There was no reason to come. All of a sudden, this big smoking, old, roaring car with this old man came right down around that corner on that dead end alley. He jumped out with a big stick and started shaking it at those guys. And those guys got up and ran. They got up and ran. Hey, K.E., welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And by the time I got up, the old man was gone. The car was gone. And I ran. I ran. Oh, William, thank you, my friend. Oh, thank you so much. If you don't know William Newell, he's my buddy. He's my buddy, my long-term friend here on YouTube. He's wonderful. He makes amazing content, and he's a wonderful friend. And you will love William Newell. Okay, William Newell, thank you. Prayers, fasting, and faith used a walking cane 9+ years. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I believe in the power of prayer, the power of fasting. I believe in miracles. I believe in angels. So that was the angel in the down the dark alley. Okay. So then let's see. When I first got here, we've been here about 10 years. And there's like a little forest, and I didn't know the forest. It goes way deep down in, and it's easy to get lost. Well, I thought I knew my way. I was going to take the easy trail around because I'd been on it once, and it was coming towards the evening, And so I left my phone, which I would never do again. I don't know why I did. I left my phone in the car, and I took off running. The trail, and I got lost down in the deep woods. And I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I kept going this way and that way and couldn't figure it out. And it was just like I was going in circles forever and ever and ever. And I was so lost. And I thought, okay, I'm going to listen for a road. Now, remember, these are country roads around that forest. So not a lot of cars go down. So I said, okay, I'm going to listen for a car. And every time I heard a car, I would move in that direction. Until I could finally find a road. Well, finally, I found a road, and there was nobody on it. So I went to a farmhouse. I walked way up to a farmhouse, banged on the door, but nobody answered. So then I went back down to the road, and I saw a motorcycle coming down. And I waved, and it just whizzed by me. And I said, Lord, please help me. And all of a sudden, this beautiful, brand new, shining, glistening, overly expensive Mercedes comes down the road, and it stops. And I said, can I help you? And I said, I'm lost. And he said, well, where did you park? I said, and I told him, he said, wow, you are way far away. He said, if you feel safe, you're welcome. I'll give you a ride back. Well, I didn't have my phone. I didn't know where I was at. And I was all sweaty and dirty. I got in his back seat of his car. It was all leather and beautiful and shiny. And away he took me to my car and dropped me off. And I call him the angel in the black Mercedes because I never saw him again. And this is a small community. And a car like that stands out here. And never saw him again. But he got me safely back to my car. So, and then I've had so many more experiences with angels, what I call angels, whether they're heavenly angels or whether they're earthly angels. And because, like I said, I believe that God can use people here on earth, doctors and nurses and plumbers and people, strangers that you meet for a moment can change our lives. You are so right, Charles. You are so right. Absolutely right. Absolutely. And when I was, I was 17, I left home. I graduated high school. I left home. I rented my first apartment for $9 a week. I told this story many times. And it's called My First Apartment, My First Car, things like that. And yeah, I lived in this apartment complex, and there were two. It was like an old mansion old haunted mansion. And they turned it in. Hey, Kenneth, thank you for coming. Thank you, my buddy. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And it was $9 a week. And I had a job. I was the head hostess at a pizzeria, 17 years old. I had made up a story and told him I was 18 so I could work there. And thank you, Passion. Thank you. And so I went there and I was living there, but there were two types of women. There were old ladies that lived in that old haunted house, mansion, apartment complex, and ladies of questionable values. And I was neither. I wasn't an old lady and I wasn't a lady of questionable values. But the women with questionable values who were very nice, often men, men were not allowed in there. It was just women. But they would often sneak men in the middle of the night. Well, these guys, would, I was young. They would look and, hey, and I do believe I was in some kind of danger at that time. So what started, hey, Christina, welcome. And so what happened is while I was at work, and it only happened on the nights that I was working. On the night that I was working, there would be a man who would come to the door, ring the doorbell, and either the old ladies or the ladies of questionable value would answer the door. He was always in a trench coat, and he would say, "Is Dianna there?" And that's always, and they said, "No, she's working." And he never came to my work. He knew where I worked, obviously, because it's a small town. And he didn't, never came there, but he would stand over in his trench coat under the street lamp. And so what I believe, and, looking back on it years later, I believe he was an angel who came there to kind of scare me so that I would tell my mom, who I did tell her. She came down with her big car, loaded my stuff up and took me away and, put me away in college. She sent me off to college. And I think I was in danger. And I think that was an angel that came to be a warning, like a warning to kind of scare me a little bit so that I would tell my mom so that I would get out of there. Does that make sense? So, yeah, I believe in angels. I believe in both divine angels and earthly angels, people who, are, we could be an angel ourselves helping someone. And I believe in miracles. Miracles can happen in many different ways. They can happen through other people helping us. God uses them to help us. Or there are the kind of miracles that we often think of where it's impossible without a divine miracle. And those kind of miracles I truly, truly believe in. And when all else fails, a divine miracle walks in the door. And so I believe in that. I believe in that. I believe in never giving up hope. I believe in always keeping hope when it's the right thing to do. I absolutely believe in hope. I believe in prayer. I believe in faith. I believe in never, ever giving up and never being hopeless about anything when it's the right thing for your life. When something's right. A lot of people give up hope. They get a bad diagnosis, or they get someone says, a relationship is over. Well, some relationships are over, some are meant to be over, but if it depends. I believe that we can work through anything with prayer, and that God can make anything happen. And that's what I believe. I believe everyone believes different. I understand that. And, that's why when we come on here, I like everyone's opinions, and, not everyone will agree with me. I have a troll that most certainly probably doesn't agree with anything I say because they give me thumbs down on, I could talk about anything. I could talk about God. I could talk about angels. I could talk about, you name it. They give me a thumbs down on everything. And I just pray for them. I just pray for them. So, doesn't, they go to all 5 of my channels too. I keep my troll busy. I really, really do. I keep them busy. Thank you, Passion. Thank you. And so what are your thoughts? Do you have any thoughts on prayer, on fasting, on angels, on miracles, divine timing, divine connections? Those are my feelings. And I truly, oh, thank you, Charles. Thank you. I work hard at it, Charles. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. I have to tell you, I feel 29. I mean, physically, I feel 29. Thank you, Mud Mower. Thank you. I get up in the morning. I have so much energy. I mean, here it is. I get up very early, by the way, and I run and I do all this stuff. And I'm an artist and I'm a mom and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And here I am doing live streams, sometimes 2 a day. I'm doing my videos. I go to college. Well, right now I'm not in college, but I'll be most likely back in June. I intend to. I go to school. I'm learning all kinds of things here at home. My husband showed me the other day how to hook up the trailer, the trailer you pull furniture with. He showed me how to hook up the trailer to the truck and drive it around. So I'm learning a lot of things. He's teaching me a lot of things that I never did before, never had to do before. And he wants me to learn a lot of these things. And so I'm just busy. Passion for art. You just look so young. You have such a young ambience about you, a young way. So you're kind of probably like me. People, it's hard to guess an age. It's hard to guess a person's age. And I think some people are ageless. Some people just have something about them that's ageless. No matter how old they get, it's not about looks. It's about their spirit. And I think I have an ageless spirit. But then I believe that our spirits are ageless. Our souls are ageless. Our souls do not age. I believe, what I believe is that our souls never age. Our souls always stay the same. It's our bodies that may age, but our souls never age. They're ageless. They don't have a time on them. They're eternal, so they don't age. So that's what I believe. And so, thinking about intuition, this, I call it the knowing. I have that gift, what I call the knowing, that you just know things and you have no way to know them. There's not like, subconscious things you can pick up. I mean, I've had so many things in my life, and I've gone and I've told this, so many in my videos. If you watch any of my 5,000 videos, you'll pick up, I think I did one called the knowing, and my spiritual gift, and my whole life, I've known things that I had no way of ever possibly knowing, and things that hadn't happened yet. And I'm not a foreseer. I'm not anything like that. Nothing like that. It's just an instinct. And not too long ago, I was sharing on here something, and I kept saying, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I just feel spiritually led to do this. I've often felt spiritually led to go somewhere, do something, call somebody, spiritually led, and then later I was to find out the reason for it. So we just never know. We never know. So yeah. Let me have a sip of either coffee or my Mulan tea, one or the other. I don't know which I'm going to have. That was coffee. Let me see my Mulan tea. Now I'm going to show you, see if you can see. It looks terrible in here. Can you see this? Let me see. That's the Mulan, the Mulan tea. It's I don't know where my friend gets it from, and but she gets it and she picks. I think she actually picks it. Goes to a farm or someplace and picks it. And then she dries it out and then she brings it to me, and then I brew it. And it's supposed to be very healthy from my understanding. So I drink it. But you're supposed to filter it. And what I do is when I boil it, I just pour it into the cup. And so you see some of the leaves are still in there. I kind of like the leaves still in there. Charles, everybody's different. Everybody has different beliefs. I don't really have any thoughts on it because, God is so much bigger than I am. And I don't know quite exactly everything that God does. So I don't really know. I just know that our souls are eternal. I believe that our souls are eternal. And how God works with that, I don't know. But I do believe that our souls are eternal. And I believe that also we recognize each other. Like I felt that the night that my husband and I met, there was a divine recognition. There was something, it was like two souls that knew each other all along, that knew It wasn't the timing up until that point for us to meet. But when we met, we recognized each other. Does that make sense? We recognized the other part of the puzzle, or the other part of the equation. It was as if we always knew each other. I believe that souls know each other, and like my knowing that I was going to meet him that night, that was part of my knowing. And I believe our souls are bigger than our bodies. I believe our souls are just far bigger. I don't, people think of their soul as being contained in the body, but I don't really think that. I think it kind of branches out from the body. I think, I think we're kind of assigned a body, and then we kind of branch out from there. That's what I believe. That's my belief. And I do believe in, like I said, heavenly angels that were watched over. And I believe in praying. When I had a few months back, when, and if you go back and watch my all those videos, I went through that health scare. And thank you, William, thank you. And they thought I had breast cancer. And that was what, August, September, that time frame. And I didn't have a lump or anything, but I talked about what happened in the video, and they thought I had, breast cancer. And I just said, I'm not afraid of cancer. I said, my grandma said, I'm not afraid of cancer. I'll chase it away. That's what grandma said. She chased sickness away through prayer and fasting. And so I got busy praying. I got busy fasting. And so the doctor was very concerned. And so I got into there for all the tests, and I went in there, and I actually did this on, put it on YouTube. It's all, my life has been on YouTube, and I put it up on YouTube, went to where they did the ultrasound and the mammogram and all that. And normally they don't tell you when you go, have your yearly mammogram, they don't tell you the results you don't get them for a week. And so I had the mammogram, and I sat in this little cubicle, because with everything now, they don't let you sit in the waiting room because they make you wear your mask and sit in this little tiny cubicle. So then they called me for the ultrasound, and I went in there. But I'd been praying and I'd been fasting, and I had my prayer partners, and they were fasting and praying, and we were all doing that. And so they did the ultrasound, and she said, we're going to give you the results today. And I thought, oh my gosh. And I just started falling apart, because I thought, oh my gosh, it must be bad, because they're going to give me my results today. And so I sat there. She said, you go ahead and get dressed, and I'll be back in. We'll be back in. And it was kind of a darkened room, because when they do the ultrasound, it has to be like a darkened room, I guess. So, and I put this all on YouTube video. So go back and watch. I think it's called Mammogram or something like that. I don't know what it's called. But anyhow, I sat there. They walked in. She walked in. And she said, you can go home now. All of your tests are perfectly normal. There's no cancer. There's no nothing. I was just, oh my gosh, what a miracle. What a miracle. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. So I believe in miracles. I truly, truly do. I pray through things. I pray through things. And, why does it seem like some miracles are answered and some are not? I don't know that answer, but I just know I pray anyhow. I pray. And that's what I was taught. I did a video, the one before I came on the live stream here, called my prayer. It was called The Power of Prayer, The Amazing Power of Prayer. And I was showing all my prayer candles I've got up right now. And I've got a lot of prayer going out for someone in my life that's going through, we don't know what the diagnosis is yet. We don't know exactly. I'll probably talk more about that as soon as we know more. But I've got all my prayer partners going, and all my friends going, and prayer candles, and I've been fasting and, praying, and, we're kind of walking this journey. And when you get a diagnosis, or when you get, in other words, when you get bad results from, say, tests or CAT scans or whatever, and, they throw words out, that you don't want to hear, it is scary. And it is scary. But you know what? Immediately I go into prayer action is what I do. And that's what we did. And we're believing in, I've always believed in miracles. And so that's what I That's how I am. Prayer, fasting, and miracles. That's what I believe. And Charles says each soul has lived many lifetimes, and anyone can remote viewing and their lives before there are videos on you. Yes, Charles. You know what's interesting, Charles? What's very interesting? I went to look up something tonight that used to be, it seems like YouTube doesn't leave all the videos. They're kind of being more selective about what we can talk about on here. Um, Excuse me for a second. And more selective about what we talk about on here. And so it's very interesting that YouTube, because I went to look for a specific video and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it tonight. So, but yeah. So, but I do believe in prayer, and I believe in the power of prayer, the amazing power of prayer. So for me, I pray, I fast, and of course I make sure to make right decisions. I want to be informed. I seek out people who have the answers or can provide answers or can provide solutions. Because like I said, God often creates the miracle through a person. When my daughter took sick, what was that, 4 years ago? No, she's doing fine now. She's doing perfectly fine. But 4 years ago, it was a suddenly, kind of like what we're going through right now with someone else. It was just kind of unexpected. It was just like, where did that come from? You're blindsided. You're like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect it. Hey, Mary Lane, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. But I kept taking her back to the doctors and back to the different doctors. And they said, oh, no, she has the flu. She has the flu. Send her back to school. I said, she doesn't have the flu. I don't know what it is, but she's got something. The power of a mom, a mom. I mean, I don't take no for answers. And I just kept taking her back. Finally, we got her to her main doctor, and he did blood work. And he called me the very next morning as I was going to take her to the ER, even though she was refusing to go. And he said, get her to the ER immediately. And we did. And lo and behold, here we are in the middle of the night now, being shipped to she was being shipped in an ambulance, and I had to follow the ambulance to a big major university hospital at 2:00 in the morning. I got lost carrying suitcases in dark tunnels, trying to get to that hospital. And at that time I was 60 years old. So, but fortunately I've taken great care of myself. So I was able to do that. And yep, absolutely, William. Absolutely. And God, that all these years of working out every day had a purpose. And so I was strong, and I went, and she had to have major surgery. She had life-saving surgery. And when I tell you it was life-saving, it was as close to life-saving as you can get. But God used this special doctor. Hey, Davy Crockett, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And this one particular, it was all the different people combined, but this one amazing surgeon saved her life. And yeah, Charles, absolutely. And he saved her life. And so God used this people. He used this doctor to save her life. And so we never know, we never know what God is going to do in our lives. I believe that, when I go on divine timing, divine connections, I have my own plans. I create my own plans in life. I do. I have my own plans, but my plans are subject to change according to what God wants for my life. If God, sees a better plan or a different plan, I just go right along with that because I know, but we still have to plan, but we need to, for me, I'm open to that change of that plan. My plan is never rigid. My plan is never so rigid that it cannot be open to or flexible to change. So, yeah. So, but I've experienced many, that was a miracle, but that was a miracle that, well, first of all, I believe that I didn't accept the first bits of, oh, it's the flu. I didn't accept that. And I said, no, this is not the flu. This is not the flu. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't the flu. And even though they were telling me that, and it wasn't the flu. And so I did that video is called portal vein thrombosis. And so if you wanted to put my name in there and then look up portal vein thrombosis, I tell the story about that. I think it was called portal vein thrombosis. Well, I know that was her diagnosis, but I think it was called, the video itself was called portal vein thrombosis. And so, but God connects us. We're connected. It's like connecting the dots. I let God connect the dots in my life. You know, I hold the pencil, but I let God connect the dots and show me where to connect them. So, yeah. And we never know. We never know the blessings that come into our lives. You know, when you're on the right road of life, your blessings, you will have your own particular blessings that will come to you. When you're on the wrong road of life, that's often when people try to get other people's blessings because they're on the wrong road. You know, you'll find your own blessings will come to you when you're on the right road. When you have challenges and difficulties, yes, challenges and difficulties when we're on the right road, storms, as we speak, are there to push us forward or to slow us down or push us forward so that we can have our blessings. Absolutely, Charles. Absolutely. Absolutely passion for art. Absolutely. And so, you know, I always say, if, you know, sometimes one of my biggest miracles came when it was something I didn't understand. And something happened that slowed everything down. This is years ago. And I was so upset. And I said, God, why did you let this happen? Oh my gosh, 4 or 5, 6 months later, thank the Lord that it happened, because the one, probably maybe the biggest miracle. Well, I've had so many miracles, I can't say it was the biggest, but it was definitely a gigantic miracle occurred because of that. God's timing was perfect. My timing wasn't. My direction was right, but my timing wasn't perfect. And so things happened to slow things down. I've had things where it's pushed me forward, pushed me forward. Hey, TC, welcome, welcome. Thank you, beautiful friend. If you don't have TC Malone, you definitely want. She's a cooking channel, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cooking channel. You will love, love, love her channel. She makes fabulous food, fabulous. So if you don't have TC's channel, you definitely want TC's channel. Okay, okay. And so, yeah, so I've known my own share of miracles. And I believe that when we want to, well, let me tell you the story of the miracle house. So, and this kind of combines with the knowing, and I've done videos on this. Go look it up, called the Miracle House, with my name next to it, and you'll find it. And about a week before, we were living way down in Texas, and we had this beautiful tree. I called it the tree of life. It branched out from everywhere. My children were little. They were playing in the front yard. And about a week beforehand, I started getting ready, because I said to my husband, we're moving. He said, we're not moving. My job is not scheduled to move. We're going to be here for a couple more years. We didn't own the house. It was through my husband's work that we were given that house. Very nice house. And I said, no, we're moving. We're moving. And it was my knowing. And I said, I don't know why, but we're moving. Well, about 5 or 6 days later, my kids come running in. Mommy, there's all kinds of stuff running down the driveway. I looked out, and sewage was going down our driveway. The tree roots, it turned out to be like 20 feet under the house, and broke the pipes. Now, how would I have known that tree roots were going to break the pipes 20 feet under the house? There's no way I could have known that. And so all the maintenance men came, everybody's standing out there, and they said, ma'am, you got to move. We got a house right down the street. You're going to move to that. And I said, oh, I don't want that house. That's not as nice as the house we're living in. And then something said to me, there was a big wooden fence. They just had remodeled this very gorgeous house just across the way. And I went over there and I touched the fence, and I said, I claim favor over this house. This house is mine. And of course, they all laughed, kindly laughed, ma'am, you can't have that house, But I said, oh, yes, I can. Oh, yes, I can. That house will be mine. There's a reason for me moving out of this house. Lo and behold. So I always believe that if you want to implement a miracle, you've got to also, sow the seeds for it. So every day, my children and I, we would go to the Salvation Army. We would stand in line, and I would pay for everybody who was in front of me. I would pay for whatever they were buying. And we did this for about 3 or 4 days. And because I was giving out, freely giving out. And do you know that we ended up getting that house? We ended up getting that house. And it was a beautiful house. We lived there for about another year and a half before we moved back to Georgia. And so I call it the Miracle House, the Miracle House. So, yeah. I've told so many stories here on YouTube. I looked at my total today. It says 5,040 that I have, but I actually have probably a lot more than that because, some of them I haven't put out. And then I have, let's see, then I have 4 other channels. And so, I don't put the links under anymore. What I do is I just put the name of the channel. So if you go to the description, oh, Kenneth, thank you for being here. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I wish for you a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful night's sleep. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. And so, yeah. So that's my views on angels and faith. I'm a person of faith. I really, really am. I'm a person of faith. And my friends call me when they're going through a crisis and they say, Dianna Brianne, please pray for me. And right away I get my prayer candles out and I'm praying and I'm fasting if they need me to fast, And I'm always praying. I'm praying for the people that need prayer. So I believe in the power of prayer. Well, you know what? I'm not going to be on here real long. I've got a few things I got to do, but I like to stay consistent. With coming on. I try to come on right around 10 o'clock. I came on a little bit earlier tonight, but I try to stay on, come on right around 10. And sometimes I'm on 2 hours. Sometimes I'm on 30 minutes. It just all depends. And I do come on most days now, not every day, but most days. And, I usually come on, if I'm going to come on during the daytime, it's usually between 2 and 4. And if I'm coming on at night, it's usually somewhere, anywhere from 9:30 to 10:30 to 10:45. Somewhere in that ballpark. It's not always an exact time that I come on, but it's an approximate time that people now begin to look for me. And I'm trying to title my live streams. I'm trying to come up with, different topics that I've already probably talked about before, but doing it more in live stream. Hey, Manny Warray, welcome. Wonderful channel there. My friend Manny Warray, she has a wonderful channel. She does live streaming. You will grow your channel there. She's wonderful. She's nice. You will love her channel. So I do hope you connect to Manny. I hope you do. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. And so tonight it was a shorter live. I think I've been on 50 minutes. Let me see it. Yeah, almost 50 minutes. 50. And I think last night I was on about an hour and a half, and that one night I was on 2 hours, I think. And so if I have a lot to do tomorrow, but I may come on in the afternoon sometime for a little bit, and then hopefully I'll be on tomorrow night with a new topic, a different topic. I don't know what, I was going to talk about health and nutrition tonight, but then I thought, no, maybe I'll talk about, miracles. And, I try to vary my subjects. So if you come up with a good subject and you think you might want me to talk about it, and if I think it's, appropriate for my channel, I may do that. What passion I will most certainly pray for you. Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming to visit me. Thank you for being a friend. And, thank you. I really appreciate your friendship. I thank you so much. So it was a shorter live tonight, but I wanted to stay consistent with coming on here. Hey, Mona, welcome. Oh, thank you, my friend. I'm just about getting ready to go off, Mona. I wasn't on real long tonight. About almost an hour, actually. But hey, Bang, welcome. Thank you for coming. But I like to stay consistent, Mona. And so I normally come on right around 10 o'clock at night, most nights, if not all. And then I come on sometimes around, somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during the day. I wasn't on today, though. I think I was on twice. Was I on twice yesterday? I can't remember. Yes, Charles. I think maybe tomorrow night that'll be my topic. Tonight was prayer, fasting, angels, miracles. I think tomorrow night might be healthy eating. Because I like to talk a lot about that, especially over the age of 60, which I am well over the age of 60 now. And so, yeah, I think that's such a great topic too. And so I love to talk about all kinds of topics. I don't talk politics on here because it's, too divisive. Um, yeah, Mona, some like tonight I came on, I think it was 9:45. But I try to get on right around 10 o'clock. And sometimes it's 9:55. Sometimes I'm late. Sometimes it's like 10:40. I mean, it's anywhere in that ballpark. People begin to look for me. I've been pretty consistent the last several weeks. I've been on twice a day, most days, at least once a day, most days. And then if I'm not on, then sometimes I need I've got I have an in-person life that's busy, busy, busy. So sometimes I can't always be on. But yeah, and then I do my videos. And About Face with Mona has an amazing channel. So please, everybody, connect with Mona. You will love her channel. She's very supportive and she makes great content. Okay. Well, thank you all. And my phone keeps dinging over here. So I'm getting all these messages that I've got to answer before I go to bed. So thank you all. May God bless you. Thank you. And Mona, thank you all. Bless your heart. You are so sweet. Thank you, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful friend. That is so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm only here to inspire others to find their own best life. I never give answers, solutions, recommendations, or anything. I share my own life. And as you all know, I've been sharing a lot here lately. Well, I did stories from my life for a long time. I don't know if you remember that. Hey, welcome, welcome, Silva. Welcome, welcome. And so all you have to do is go back and look at all my many videos. And I share, like when I went through the breast cancer scare, I shared all that. Thank you so much, Mona. Thank you. That means so much to me. Thank you. That's my purpose for being here, is not to provide answers, but to provide inspiration for people to find their own best answer for their life. And I share, I share, the fun, and I share the difficult times. Yes, yes. Thank you, Ben. Yes, very, very troubling. Very, very scary and very troubling, my friend. I agree, Ben. I agree. And so thank you, Mona. I truly, truly appreciate your kindness. And do be looking for me, because I am pretty consistent. What happened, I was doing lives all the time, two a day. And then, as you well know, I'm a college student full time, went back to college at age 62. I've already graduated, but I was switching. Oh, Mona, thank you. One of the things, Mona, is be you. I talk about that a lot. Find what works for you on your channel. When I came up here, my channel originally was for my kids. I've had the channel 11 years, but I've only been public 2 years. And I just did little 1-minute videos without a title or anything, just so that my kids would have easy access. When because they were little at the time I started the channel. Now they're all grown. And I just wanted to keep a running dialogue and an easy way for them to tap in and say, what would mom say about this issue? And so that's how I did all these issues. And then so when people say, you need to go public, you need to make yourself public, open to the public, and title your videos and things like that. And I said, well, what should I do? Should I be a cooking channel? And I'm not a cooking channel. I'm not, I cook. I'm a good cook, but I'm not a cooking channel. They said, no, just do what you do best. And I said, well, I'm a wisdom motivator, inspirer. I share my wisdom to my kids. And they said, well, just share it with everybody. And that's what I did. So you find what works for you. If you're a cook, if you're a chef and that's your passion, then your passion will direct you the right passion will direct you in the right direction. So if you're a designer, or a drawer or an artist, like passion for art, you share that part. Your personality is uniquely you. Some people are shy and they want to be not shy, but the thing is, that's part of who they are. That's the beauty of who they are. Other people are very out there, like me, just out there, you know, and that's the beauty of me being me. You just be you. Hey, Pond and Garden, thank you for coming, my friend. Thank you. And Mega Van Mike, thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. And the thing is Mona, the most important thing you can do is be you and do what you love. Um, Absolutely, Charles. Absolutely. And thank you, Mega Van Mike. Thank you. And so being you and don't try to be anybody else because you won't succeed. You will only succeed at being the best you know how to be. Well, you do have something special, Mona. And, sometimes it takes us a while to discover what's special about ourselves, but we're all designed special. God instills in us gifts. And even if our gift is similar to someone else, nobody can do it the way we do it. There's a lot of people who have a lot of wisdom, and there's a lot of people who are motivators and inspirers, but nobody can do it like me. Okay. I have my own unique way and my own unique gift. And they do too. Each one of them present it in their own way. And there are people that will gravitate towards them because they relate to that person. Be one of the other things, if you want to grow your channel, be relatable. Be relatable. If you're not relatable, then people are going to walk away. People go to what they relate to. They have to feel that they can relate to you. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. They have to feel that they can relate to you. How are they relating to you? And the more they relate to you, the more they'll come back to you. Okay. And so, I want people, my only purpose for being here is just to give people hope and to inspire them to find their dream, to find their solutions, to find their own happiness. And well, that's a good gift, Ben. You make people happy. You make people happy. And my sister, um, she's passed, but she passed about 10 years ago. And I did that story on YouTube, and it was a suddenly type of thing. And but she was the best listener. Her gift was the gift of being a great listener. Oh my gosh, there was nobody a better listener than she was. She was amazing. My mother had the gift of hospitality. You would go to her house and you would just feel taken care of, and you would feel warm. And, she'd give you a bowl of soup. She had the gift of hospitality. My grandma, she had the gift of wisdom. Oh, she had that gift of wisdom. And so, we all have our gifts. Discover yours, discover your gift, and discover yourself. Yes, absolutely. Passion for art. Remember, what you think of as a flaw in your personality is actually a gift to you, because it's helping refine and mold you to be uniquely you, to be uniquely you. All of those imperfections that you see in the mirror, all those imperfections you think about yourself, are actually gifts to you. All those difficult moments in your life is part of shaping you to be what God had originally instilled in you, in your soul. He just used those outer events to shape those gifts. Okay. And so we just have to remember that. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think I touched upon, when I think I touched upon, oh, that's wonderful, Ben. That's wonderful. I think I've touched upon just about every subject, but when I think I've touched up on every subject, I always get a new one. I always get some kind of news. So it's like, oh, I haven't talked about that yet. I've got to talk about that, or from this angle or from that angle, And So you just be you and get busy being the best you that you know how to be. I don't try to be anybody else, nobody else. I don't try to have anybody else's story. I don't try to have anybody else's life. I don't try to live in their season. I don't try to have what they have. I have my own unique life, my own unique blessings, my own unique challenges, my own unique gifts. And so do you, and work with what you've got. We're like a lump of clay, always molding, 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 molding that clay. And with your channel, do it your way. Do what makes you happy. We're here, I come on here because I'm happy. I want to be here because I enjoy it. And that's my only purpose for being here, is because I enjoy connecting, watching other people's videos, getting to know friends. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Okay. Mona, that's a personal choice, and for me, I've been very open. I'm not open about everything. I mean, I think that there are things that we need to keep to ourselves. There are things that are private, they're personal, especially when they involve other people. And yet, I've been very open about a lot of things. When I went through the breast scare, when I got hauled off in the ambulance, for the nosebleed and passed out. I've talked about a lot of personal subjects, but there are some that really are no one's business, and so we only do what we're comfortable and what we feel is right, and there are going to be people on here that will embrace your story and people who will not embrace your story. So when you share your story, which is very freeing and very cathartic and may help many, many people, there's also people that will not be nice about it. So that's one of the things I talked about when you share your story. I did a video called When You Share Your Story. Go back and look that one up. I did that one maybe a year ago, called When You Share Your Story. And when you share your story, you will discover new friends, amazing people, and you may lose a couple friends. Okay. And that's just how it is, you know. But you share what you want to share, but be relatable. I go to channels that, people are so relatable. How I actually, kind of got started publicly on here. How I got started on here, I watched a channel. The lady has since passed. She was an older lady. Her husband passed right before she did. She was nothing fancy about her channel, but she had about 200,000 subscribers. And she's just a lady that came on here and talked about cooking, and she tells some stories. She tells stories from her life. She was relatable. People could relate to her. And then her husband died. He had his own channel and he died suddenly. And then she was going through a health crisis, and then she passed on. But she so inspired me to just be real, to just be real. Because when she went through her health crisis, she shared all that. Now, she didn't have to. She could have kept it to herself, but she chose that. And so I share a lot. I share a lot. Now, when it comes to other people, and, I'm more delicate there because not everybody wants their story shared, you know. So you got to kind of be more delicate. But, when it comes to me, I'm not 100% open because I don't think anybody needs to be transparent to everybody. But I'm very real. I'm very much like what you see here, what you see on YouTube. I'm just like that in person. Exactly like that in person. I really am. Now I've been on over an hour and 4 minutes. Well, thank you all. May God bless you. And I'm going to go. Okay. Thank you. May God bless you. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay. So from my house to yours, thank you. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. From my house to yours, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Good night.